So I've been getting questions about how I start up a project, and I'll be telling you this in this short video. 1. Properly define the scope. Define what the scope statement is. Define what the deliverables are, what are the assumptions, what are the constraints. Ensure that these things are properly listed to help you properly analyze your project. So what are project scopes? These are basically the work that needs to be done to ensure that your project is completed, right? It is everything that has to do with completing the project. So hence why you need to define the scope and ensure you're not going beyond the scope of your project. Once you've defined the scope, you need to create a work breakdown structure. And a work breakdown structure is like an hierarchical representation of all the tasks that needs to be done, or all the work that needs to be done to achieve that particular project. Once you've gotten your work breakdown structure, you can then further break them down into individual tasks, right, or activities. Once you've done that, based on the activities, you can basically tell the key resource that you need to actually implement all those activities that you've listed in your project. You might be asking, how do I know the tasks to do in a case where I'm not so familiar with the project? What you need to do is, once you understand the scope and everything around the project, you schedule a meeting with the key stakeholders within your organization or subject matter experts within your organization. Sit with them, have them identify the tasks that needs to be done in their own domain to achieve that particular activity. And in that way, And in that way, you are able to get everything that you need as regards the activities or the tasks that are required to deliver the project successfully. One good thing I like to do is, after identifying all the tasks and activities, I also schedule a session for planning. And during this session, we list out the duration, how long it will take to actually achieve each of these tasks, and I list them in a project plan. And we also identify the dependencies, meaning that, which task cannot start until that one finishes, or which task can start at the same time. So as a project manager, you need to steer that conversation by asking the right questions like, when can we start this? Can these two tasks start together? Or which one is dependent on this? Are there any constraint or dependency that we need to do to be able to complete a particular task? So these are questions you're asking to steer and kind of like get the answers you need to develop your project plan. Once this is done, you create your project initiation document that outlines all these things. And one good thing I like to do is, after creating the project implementation documents, you give it to the team to review. I'll typically organize a session where you walk them through the project implementation documents, and once everybody agrees on it, you send it out to the key stakeholders to approve. And once it is approved, you can then kick off your projects. Let me know how you also plan your project, and let me know if you have any question around how I plan my projects. Now, before you swipe to the next video, don't forget to keep following us for more. Like I usually say, keep upping your PM game.